versus private. What does that mean to you? The first thing that comes to my mind is public and private schooling. The debate continues across America as parents argue on which schooling is better for their child. Today, in the next few minutes, we can gain a better understanding on the differences of public and private schooling by first examining the main topics between the two, second, taking a look on how location can affect the decision, and finally, discovering if one is actually better than the other. What type of schooling did you attend? Whether it be public or private, we all have a bias. But I am not here to persuade you one way or another, but just to inform you so that you may know the differences between the two. My name is Kerrigan Pettis, and I'm a junior elementary education major. I grew up in public schooling, but was surrounded by friends in private schooling. I came out of high school with just as good as an education as friends from private schools. When I one day have children, I hope to choose the right one to better suit my kids, and I hope this speech can better your decision as well. Now that I have told you what we are going to be talking about, let me tell you my first point. There are many main differences that I would like to talk about. The first one being on the teachers that are in these schools. On the website Great Kids, an article was written in 2015 stating that public school teachers had to be certified or working to become certified. Certified means that they have gone through the required training, which includes student teaching and coursework. The article then states that private school teachers may not have to be required to have a certification, but just be a subject area expertise. Some parents may think that the teachers need to be certified, or just have an area expertise, depending on the parents. Another main difference is the cost. This one, in my opinion, is the biggest factor, simply because private schools charge tuition and public schools are free of charge. According to the National Association of Independent Schools, the median tuition for their member private day schools in 2008 and 2009 in the United States was $17,441. The last main difference I would like to cover is a school's academic reputation. The website Public School Review, Grace Chen wrote on March 3, 2015, that for as many wonderful public schools that exist, there are also those that perform underneath the bar. This can many of the time give parents the reason to send their children to a private school. Private schools usually have a more vigorous academic reputation. With this in mind, parents then need to decide if this vigorous academic reputation is one bettering the child for college preparation. A parent can look at the school's overall focus and see if this is what they want. Now, the next point I would like to make is the effect of location on the school. Location can change a parent's decision on where to send their child very easily. Many times, as a parent must send their child to a public school based on the zone that they live in. If the public school in this zone does not have a good academic reputation, then this can persuade a parent to send their child to a private school. Some parents even consider relocating to a new location so that their child can attend a certain school in that zone. In the Washington Post, Emma Brown wrote that the proportion of children who attended public schools ranges widely from state to state, 79% in the District of Columbia and 93% in Wyoming and Utah. Also, in every state, private school students come from wealthier families than public school families. In some locations, parents are looked down upon or questioned if they say they sent their students to a public school and vice versa. Now, the last point I would like to make, is one actually better than the other? The answer is simple, no. Not one is better than the other. It is simply based on a person's opinion and what is better for that family and child. With that being said, I would like to name a few simple advantages from the website Baby Center. The author, Maureen Boland, gives us many different points about the two. The benefits of public schools include teachers have more qualifications, students spend more time studying core subjects, public schools can sponsor more activities, and the student's population tends to be more diverse. Now, the benefits of private schools include schools and classes tend to be smaller, there's often less bureaucracy, and parent involvement is very strong. Now today, we have looked at many of the differences in public and private school based on many facts. Although we will never have an answer on which is better than the other, we now can make an educated opinion on which one to better suit your child.